Hey good people, this is Matisse, your lifestylist, and I'm back with another video. I'm so excited about you guys being here. Um, I know y'all getting on to me because y'all ain't seen me in a while, but I'm back. Anyway, I'm here at a house that I had listed and it's getting inspection, so I thought I'd come to y'all and talk with you for a moment. Um, I wanted to talk about, finally, the assassinations on the Asian women in Atlanta. And, I have been thinking about it, and it's really tormented me. It really has. I mean, of course, I'm grieved by any loss of life. I'm grieved by any loss of life. Um, so I was in Walmart one day, and I live in a small community that I've been there for like 16, 17 years. When I first moved there, it was 0.01% minorities. So that already lets you know what we dealt with living there. But there were great people in that community, as well as people who did give us challenges. So thankfully, over time, the neighborhood and the community has evolved. And we recently have had an influx of Hmong people. And so I was in Walmart one day, and if you know me, you know I ask questions. So I saw this little Hmong couple. They were probably like in the early 20s, and I say it like that because that's my kid's age. And they were buying some turnip greens. And I was like, now what they gonna do with that? What they gonna do with that? They don't know what they doing with that. So anyway, of course, I'm nosy. So I look in their basket and I see some salt pork. Now I'm like, now wait a minute now. I think I saw some onions. So we had greens, salt pork, and onions. Now you know I'm gonna ask. So I asked them, I said, what you gonna do with that? They was like, well, we're gonna cook it. Oh, well, of course you're gonna cook it. So tell me how you gonna cook it. And the way they describe the way they cook it is exactly the way I cook mine. Now, I'm a pretty open-minded person, and I love ethnicities. And I think it came through my love of food is how I really discovered ethnicities and became, learned in different type of people, different, cultures. But I didn't know that the Hmong people be eating greens like we do. It just reiterated for me how we are the same. And I hear a lot of rhetoric out there that maybe the Asian community didn't support the Black Lives Matter movement as much as they could have. But in Minneapolis, where everything is pointing to Minneapolis right now because of George Floyd. But in Minneapolis, there's a huge Asian community, Hmong, Vietnamese, just big Asian community that were instrumental in some of the protests with Black Lives Matter. Not just Asian people coming out, but Asian organizations supporting the Black Lives Matter. Because Martin Luther King says, if you don't stand up for justice, then you fall for, if you don't stand up for what's right, then you'll fall for anything. That's paraphrased, but that's how it went. And I just been so grieved, and not only I'm just being real. I get a lot of services from Asian people. My masseuse is Asian. My nail technician is Asian. I have Asian clients. So, really, I thought that we're one, period. And then to speak on the matter of being a hate crime. The guy that just beat up the Asian woman outside of Walmart has already been charged with a hate crime, as he should be. So I just am befuddled about why Atlanta can't get on board or couldn't get on board fast enough with that same type of charge. You have all women and all Asian women. There's all of them working a spa. I got several different categories that all of them fit into that you could use. And my whole thing is that Just because you have a sex addiction or, maybe some dysfunction there, don't mean you can't be racist or sexist or, whatever the situation is that makes it a hate crime. It's imperative that we stand up for what's right, regardless of who likes it. And as we get older, it's more imperative. When you're young, you're fighting for yourself. They can't do that to me. I'm not going to stand up for it. I'm not going to tolerate it. But as we mature, we have to realize that that's for all of us. What's done to one is done to all. And when you are part of a disenfranchised community, I know you got a lot on your back already, but it's just as much as our responsibility or more, because we know. And when you know better, you do better. I've kind of hesitated in I try not to get too political. I can be a bit of a hellraiser, but I try to do what's right and I try to be fair. And so if you ever see or any community that's been mistreated, we all should stand up, even if they never stood up for us before. But what I can guarantee you, even if they hadn't, which they have, but even if they hadn't, now they have a different experience. And so their future experience may be different. And by you showing people love and kindness, you never know how to change their heart or change the path of their movement. Anyway, I can't always say everything you want me to say. But what I will say is, if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, comment, share it, and let's grow this community and share the knowledge that we have with each other. You guys have a great day. Have a great day and love somebody.